Welcome back to the Frame Shift. Today we're diving into the dark and moody world of the emo aesthetic. What started as a niche subculture tied to a specific genre of music grew into a global movement that influenced fashion, art, and personal identity. Let's explore how it all began, its evolution, and some interesting facts about this enduring style. The emo aesthetic traces its roots back to the mid 1980s, when the term emo was first used to describe a subgenre of hardcore punk music. Bands like Rites of Spring and Embrace, based in Washington, D.C., are considered the pioneers of this style. The word emo is short for emotional hardcore, reflecting the deeply personal and introspective lyrics that characterize the music. These bands shifted the focus from political commentary, which was common in punk, to exploring themes of vulnerability, heartbreak, and existential angst. In the 1990s, the emo sound evolved as bands like Sunny Day Real Estate and Mineral added more melodic and atmospheric elements to the music. This shift also influenced the visual aspect of emo, which started to take on a distinct identity. Fans began to embrace a look that matched the introspective and melancholic tone of the music. Tight jeans, thrift store finds, band t-shirts, and dark-rimmed glasses became staples of the emerging emo fashion. The early 2000s marked the explosion of emo into mainstream culture thanks to bands like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, and Panic! At the Disco. These bands combined emo's raw emotional core with catchy hooks and theatrical performances, broadening its appeal to a wider audience. MTV and social media platforms like MySpace played a huge role in promoting this new wave of emo. For many teens, discovering an emo band's MySpace page felt like finding a secret club where they could express their emotions without judgment. As the music gained popularity, so did the emo aesthetic. The look became more defined during this period, with jet black hair, dramatic side-swept bangs, heavy eyeliner, and skinny jeans becoming hallmarks of the style. Accessories like studded belts, wristbands, and Converse sneakers completed the look. For many, this wasn't just a fashion choice. It was a way of signaling their membership in a community that valued emotional honesty and individuality. Interestingly, the emo aesthetic wasn't confined to one gender. Both men and women embraced the style, often blurring traditional gender norms. This inclusivity was a hallmark of the subculture, making it appealing to those who felt like outsiders in other areas of their lives. Emo also became a way for people to explore their creative sides, with many fans starting their own bands, writing poetry, or creating artwork inspired by the themes of the music. But with mainstream success came criticism. By the late 2000s, emo was often ridiculed in popular media as overly dramatic or attention-seeking. Terms like emo kid were used pejoratively, and the aesthetic became a target for parody. Despite this, emo's influence never fully disappeared. While some moved on from the subculture, others held on to it, leading to a revival in the 2010s known as emo revival. Bands like Modern Baseball and The Hotelier carried the torch, blending classic emo sounds with modern indie rock elements. One of the most fascinating aspects of emo is how it has transcended music to influence other forms of culture. Emo's emphasis on emotional expression and individuality has left a lasting impact on fashion, with elements of the aesthetic reappearing in high fashion and streetwear. Platforms like TikTok have also played a role in bringing emo back into the spotlight, with younger generations rediscovering the music and aesthetic. Another interesting fact is emo's global reach. While it originated in the United States, emo found passionate fans all over the world. In countries like Mexico and the Philippines, emo became a major subculture, with local bands and communities putting their own spin on the aesthetic. This global adoption shows how the core themes of emo, identity, self-expression, and emotional depth, resonate universally. In recent years, the term emo has broadened to include not just music, but also a mood or vibe. The aesthetic has become a shorthand for a certain kind of melancholic, introspective style that can be seen in everything from social media posts to fashion collections. Emo night events, where fans gather to celebrate the music and culture, have also grown in popularity, proving that the emo spirit is still alive and well. Emo has also influenced other subcultures and movements, such as the rise of e-girls and e-boys on platforms like TikTok. These modern interpretations borrow heavily from emo's dark and moody aesthetic, blending it with elements of goth and internet culture. This evolution highlights emo's adaptability and its continued relevance in a changing cultural landscape. So, why does the emo aesthetic endure? Perhaps it's because it provides a space for people to explore and express emotions that are often stigmatized in mainstream culture. Whether it's through music, fashion, or art, emo encourages authenticity and connection. In a world that often demands perfection and positivity, emo's embrace of imperfection and vulnerability feels refreshing and even revolutionary. The rise of the emo aesthetic is more than just a story about fashion or music. It's a testament to the power of subcultures to create spaces for self-expression and community. From its humble beginnings in the hardcore punk scene to its status as a global phenomenon, emo has left an indelible mark on culture. And as long as there are people who find solace in its themes and style, emo will continue to thrive. Thanks for tuning into The Frame Shift. If you enjoyed this dive into the emo aesthetic, be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what subculture or aesthetic you want us to explore next. Until next time, stay curious.